name is Carolyn, and I love to cook, and I love learning about cooking. My love for cooking really started when I was an adult. I started cooking when I was like 10 years old, but it didn't become a passion until I was older. As a child, I would cook, but it wasn't a love. It became a passion once I became older, and my uncle is the one who influenced me to cook. My uncle always made dishes from scraps, like stuff. He would make any meal that he from nothing, and he would make it taste so good, like he was a gourmet chef. He could take canned meat and make it taste like a gourmet meal. The dish my family is known for is macaroni and cheese. They specialize in it. They perfected it. It's pretty one of the best I've ever had. But I could not make macaroni and cheese no matter what. So it was one of my quests to learn how to make it. Now I make one of the best macaroni and cheese dishes in the family. It beats all of the ones that I see on TV too. Cooking was always easy to me because it seems as if you just take some ingredients and try them out. It's gonna work or it's not. Either it's hit or miss. So cooking has always been something just simple. Because if you take simple ingredients and put it together and cook it well, it's always gonna taste great. I love cooking on all holidays: Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, 4th of July. It could be Memorial Day. It doesn't have to be a specific holiday, but I love to cook on holidays because it brings family and closeness, and that's what I love. Well, throughout my family, I've heard that I'm the best cook, but I laugh at that because I know that the older women in the family are great cooks, and all of them are awesome. My mom and my grandmother, all of them are great cooks. I think what I've done is just added a few new techniques that the younger crowd likes a little more than what the older crowd does. Kids are pretty finicky, so I think that making meals that are not so sophisticated and making some meals that are sophisticated, introducing in them new things that all kids eat at my table. I don't find many children that walk away from our table hungry. They like what I cook, the adult stuff and the stuff I make for them. The meal that my family asks me to make all the time, holidays, it doesn't matter if it's a regular day, is shrimp potatoes. These potatoes are decadent. They have cheese, butter, shrimp. They're just so full of calories. They ask me to make it every day, but it's too decadent for an everyday dish. So I only make it on holidays. But my family think that you should make them once a week. If I would make them once a week for them, they would love it. Come on over. I'll show you how I make them. They're pretty easy. Just take russet potatoes. I take at least 3 pounds, and then I put them in cold water and I boil them until they're fork tender. After I boil them, I like to rinse them off with cold water and peel off the skins. Once I peel off the skins, you discard the skins and take them and smash them. I normally smash them with a whisk. You can use a potato masher as well. Once you smash them in the bowl, make sure you do it all while they're still warm. But don't mash them too much that they look like mashed potatoes. You want them to have some type of chunkiness to them, so it's not so mashed up. Then I take 2 bags, 8 ounces each, of Kraft cheese. They have the 6 cheese and the 4 cheese blend. So I take those blends and I mix them into the potatoes. I fold it in. Then on the stove, I add 1.5 sticks of butter to a pan and I let it break down. Then I rinse my peeled and deveined shrimp and put them in a skillet until they're opaque, which is like a pink color. Then I take that and then I pour it over into my mixture of the mashed potatoes and cheese. Once you do that, the butter breaks down the cheeses and melts it really well. Then after that, I take a 16-ounce container of sour cream and stir it into the mashed potatoes to make it even creamier. After you do all of these things, you taste it to see if you need salt. I add a pinch of salt if it needs it, because sometimes cheese is saltier. Then after you add the cheese, you take a pan and spray it down with cooking spray so it'll have easy release. Once you spray the pan down, you pull the potatoes over. You pour them into the pan and just smush them out. Then take a little bit of leftover cheese and sprinkle it on the top. And bake in the oven on 350 or 400. Actually, I do it on 400. Bake it on 400 for a good 30-35 minutes until it's all melted. And that's it. Shrimp potatoes. They're very easy.